Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, anybody would like to introduce themselves, please go ahead. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. So it's 10 o'clock. I'll start the recording and read the quote and wait for Prabhuji. Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Achintya Gopesh Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata, Madhya khanda, 4th chapter, 21 to 29 verses. We will start the class with reading Srila Prabhupada's quote for today, 11th September. One who is making false statement, he will suffer for that. San Francisco, September 11, 1968. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Prabhuji is here. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Caitanya Bhagavat. I now hand over the call to you, Prabhu. Looks like you joined from a phone, Prabhuji. You have to unmute, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. I think my laptop is not working, so I need to join in from the phone.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Is that okay?
Sure, Prabhuji. I am just, that's simply I asked Prabhuji, that's okay.
No problem. Okay, just give me 1 minute. We will start. I'm just pulling out. Do you have the copy of Caitanya Bhagavat?
Yes, Prabhuji. It's better if you can share it. Otherwise, if it's not possible, I can share it, Prabhuji.
If you can share, that'll be nice. Because
yeah,
then
sure,
I cannot.
Yeah. And there is little background noise. If you can stop that, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirānandasya Jnananjanasalakayam Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaye Tadbhaktaye Namo Namaha. Jayatam Surato Pango Mavandamatir Gati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bojo Radha. Hare Krishna. So welcome everybody to the Chaitanya Bhagavat class. And again, we have a very wonderful topic. We are continuing on the meeting of Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we are been for the past many lectures, you've been hearing how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees were searching, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally has taken all the devotees to where Nityananda Prabhu is, and the meeting is happening. So today we are going to look at sloka number 21 to 29. So I'll just quickly read 2-3 slokas, and then we will pause and reflect on it. Vishwambara kole matra gela Nityananda samarpaya pranatane haila nishpandam. Vishwambara kole matra gela Nityananda samarpiya pranatane haila nishpandam. As soon as Nityananda was taken on Vishwambara's lap, he surrendered his life to the Lord and became motionless. If we can go to the next verse. Yara prana tare Nityananda samarpiya chene prabhu kole ashecha hayya. Nityananda surrendered his life to whom it belonged and remained inert in Lord's lap. And the next verse. Base Nityananda Chaitanyera Prema Jale Shakti Hata Lakshmayena Rama Kole Prema Bhakti Bana Murcha Gela Nityananda Kole Kari Kande Gaura Chandram. Just as Ramchandra took Lakshmana on his lap after he was hit by Shakti Shela arrow, Gaura Sundara took on his lap Nityananda, who was motionless and overwhelmed with ecstasy. In this case, ecstatic love acted as the arrow. Very beautiful verse. We'll discuss on this also. Next verse. You can go to the next verse.
Yes, sorry, Prabhuji. I was thinking something.
Yes. Ki ananda virahaila dui jane purveyenas suniyachi Sri Rama Lakshmane. The exchange of happiness that the two enjoyed was similar to what was heard between Rama and Lakshmana. So we'll pause here and we will discuss. So we are discussing the wonderful meeting of Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And like we discussed the previous time, when we were discussing this pastime of how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees were searching, in fact, all the devotees were searching for Nityananda Prabhu. There we had taken 3 different perspectives. of understanding the Leela. Does anybody remember what were the 2-3 perspectives we had taken in trying to understand that Leela? Of course, the lecture was few days back, so I don't know. I'm not sure whether all of you were present in that lecture also. But if anybody remembers? Okay. So generally when we discussed, one is we were looking at it obviously from an internal perspective, and the internal perspective of how Gauranga Mahaprabhu is meeting Nityanand Prabhu, and then we discussed who is Nityanand Prabhu. We spoke about Balram, we spoke about Lakshmana, and we spoke about the different moods, and really how internally these two eternal brothers are coming together. So we spoke from an internal perspective, and we will also today look at that perspective. And then we spoke about from an external perspective of the Leela, and we spoke about how Nityanand Prabhu's coming is going to initiate this entire pastime of distributing the Sankirtana movement, which is restricted to Srivas Prabhu's house, to everybody in the universe from that perspective. So we were talking about the external Leela and what is the significance of Nityanand Prabhu coming and meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we took another perspective from a perspective of a conditioned soul. What does it mean? And we said that this is the most glorious moment when Guru is coming into our life. And when Guru, Nityananda Tattva or Guru Tattva comes into our life, that is when, so like it is said, good fortune arises, right? So that is when we are able to be delivered. So we looked at it from these three perspectives of what it means for Rama and Lakshmana to meet, or Gaurang Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, Krishna Balram to meet. We took a perspective of externally, from that perspective, how is that, the Leela is going to go forward with Nityananda Prabhu coming in. And we took a conditioned soul's perspective also. So we will look at this Leela also from this different perspectives. Of course, the slokas very nicely elaborate that as Nityananda Prabhu put his head on the lap of Lord Gauranga, he completely surrendered unto, and he completely gave his life, and his life was deposited at the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga. Now, when you look at the pastimes, of course, we know the pastime when Lakshmana was hurt, and of course, Lakshmana, there are many versions depending on which Ramayana, and even in Valmiki, there is a time when Meghnath showers his arrows, and both Rama and Lakshmana faint because of Nagapash and everything else. And there is other sequence where Ravana is trying to hurl a spear at Vibhishana, and Lakshmana saves Vibhishana. And because Lakshmana saved Vibhishana, Ravana becomes very angry, and he says that the same spear that you have tried to save this Vibhishana, this demon, I am going to now hurl it at you. And this will pierce your chest, and this will not leave you till your life is gone. And he says that, and he throws that spear. Lord Rama is close by, he is watching, and he utters that, may this spear not harm, may this spear be well for Lakshmana, may this fail, this attack fail. And obviously whatever the Lord utters, that becomes the truth eventually. So, but Lakshmana is hit, and the spear pierces the chest, it pierces the heart, and eventually touches the ground. And for a moment, Lakshmana stands as he is, like a mountain, and then he falls on the ground. Now, we will go into the Leela further, but these moments, why do these moments happen in the Leela? I mean, there's no why to Leela. Leela is always Leela. But what is the significance of these kind of scenarios happening in the Leela? When Lakshmana gets hurt, he's falling, and Lord Rama suddenly reacts very differently. First, he is overwhelmed with grief. as he sees Lakshmana falling, right? And then suddenly he realizes this is not the moment to lament because Ravana is still fighting. So he asks Hanuman and Sugriva to cover Lakshmana, and then he takes up his bow and arrow, and then he starts saying a few words, which we will talk about. But this particular question, this particular scenario happening in the Leela, what are the significances of such thing happening? Why do these things happen in the Leela when, either Lakshmana gets hurt and Lord Rama tries to take him in the lap, or in this case, Nityananda gets hurt by Jagai Madhya, and Gaurang Mahaprabhu gets very angry, comes there to save him. Or in different cases, when Krishna is when Balram gets very tired, Krishna takes his head in the lap and starts to massage his elder brother. All these sequences, especially these treacherous sequences when Lakshmana gets hurt or Nityananda Prabhu gets hurt. What is the significance of these sequences? I'm just trying to churn. There's no right or wrong answer. So if anybody has some thoughts, they can share. That'll be great.
To show the affection.
That
Yeah.
is a very nice. Yes, very good. So these pastimes bring out the true love. See, the entire pastime is enacted in this for the material conditioned soul, for them to be, for the pastimes to be visible, the pratyaksha pastimes. They understand the dealings between devotees, between Nitya Parshads of the Lord and the Lord. And in this case, this pastime specifically brings out the affection between Lord Ram and Lakshmana, or between Krishna and Balram, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So certainly that is a very good realization. That's very nice. So it brings out the affection. The conditioned souls can see the kind of affection that is there, that is absolutely unparalleled. Like the sloka is saying, this cannot be, this meeting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu can only be compared to Rama and Lakshmana. It cannot be compared to anything else. So the conditioned soul sees we have brotherly relationship, we have loving relationship here, but this is beyond anything. And he gets completely captivated by seeing those pastimes and hearing those pastimes. Yes, that is definitely there. Yes. What else is happening? What could be the other?
So first of all, we should try to understand, Prabhu, that these are Lord's pastimes. It has nothing to do with the Nityabatas or the conditioned people. It's just the Narvat Leela that Krishna is doing, that the Supreme Lord does when he comes and takes Manushyam Ashrita. But again, it's just to set an example for the human life, for the human beings, how to live their life, and how, as Mataji said, how to be more affectionate towards and caring. So this is just like Krishna says, Yad Yad Acharati Shrestha, just to set an example.
Set an example. Yes, very nice, very nice. This is also a very wonderful perspective, because Lord Rama's entire avatar is to set the dharma, right, and show that how should an ideal human being behave. And here you will see Lord Rama goes through entire set of emotions. He's seeing his brother falling and in a pool of blood, and he's completely moved, and his emotions are overwhelming him. He wants to save him. At the same time, he realizes that at this time it is his duty to fight. The enemy is showering his arrow, and if he becomes despondent, the entire army will become despondent. So he asks Hanuman and Sugriva to save him, to cover them, and then the entire Aishwarya starts to emerge. Lord Rama then picks up the bow and then says that today they will see what is the Rama. Yeah. Audible?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So Lord Rama is taking a vow that I am now, I will show what is my promise. I will show what is Ramahood, what is my promise. I will show today. And then he promises to all the monkeys, For this act, I promise to you that this demon will soon be out of your sight. And then he picks up, he says, I wanted to fight like this always, but today the time has come. And then he picks up his bow and he starts shooting golden arrows at Ravana. And as the golden arrows pierces, then Ravana cannot withstand. First he tries to shoot down, but the barrage of arrows is so much that Ravana has to actually turn and run away from them. That is the prowess. There are many instances when Rama brings out this entire, he always acts that I am just the prince I'm the son of Dasharath, I am the prince. But there are times when this entire Virya-ras, this entire Aishwarya comes up. There are many instances in Ramayana. Which are those instances? When does that Rama actually becomes and starts to fight? And he always says, I'm a human being, I am a son of Dasharath. But there are instances in Ramayana when he actually shows the prowess of him, of being the Supreme Personality.
When ocean was not giving the way.
Yes, ocean was not giving the way. I think that is a very wonderful, he has requested multiple times, then he picks up the arrow to completely dry the ocean. Yes, that was one time. Which other time?
When Hanuman was hurt during the battle, that's when Rama decides to finally finish the Ravana.
Sorry, Hanuman was not giving?
When Hanuman was hurt in the battle by the arrows, it is when Ramachandra finally decides that he will finish off Ravana towards the end of the battle.
Yeah, towards the end of the battle. Yes, okay, very nice. Very nice. That this the time has come to finish this, right?
Prabhuji, think that when the crow was troubling Sita Mataji, that
all glories. Yes. Yes, please complete.
Thank you. That the crow was troubling Mataji's by that time.
Yes.
Rama was angry.
Yes. So when Sitaji was troubled, he took a piece of grass and he threw it as Brahmastra, right?
Yes.
Of course, he didn't kill him because he took shelter.
He requested him not to be merciful to that crow. She requested him to be merciful that time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, very nice, very wonderful. And of course, many such instances when I think it was Karan Dushan who attacked and with 14,000, was it 14,000 Rakshasas? At that point in time, he tells Lakshmana, you take care of Sita and send Sita to a gufa. And then he expands himself into 14,000 Ramas and he starts shooting the arrows. And that is at Janasthan, the massacre at Janasthan, where 14,000 Rakshasas were completely massacred when Karan Dushan come to revenge Shurpanaka's. So there are many times. So one, the Aishwarya comes out. So that is in the case of Lakshmana and Lord Ram. And also after Ravana goes away, then he becomes completely, lamenting. He says, "Oh, how, brother, why have you gone to the other world? What is the use of this kingdom? What is the use of this fight? What will he tell Kausalya Mata?" He's lamenting and lamenting till Sushena says, "Oh, valiant one, you see that he has not lost his life. His face is still bright. His countenance is there. So he has not actually lost his life." And then he orders Hanuman to bring the herbs from the Himalayas, Sanjeevani, Vishana Keli, and to save Lakshmana. So these pastimes obviously churns the internal rasa. And similarly, like I said, when Nityananda Prabhu gets hurt by Jagai Madai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes very angry and he's ready to kill with the Sudarshan Chakra. But then, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, they are saved. And similarly, in many instances, it happens in the Krishna Leela also, when actually it is taking into the lap. Now when Lakshmana has fallen, then Ramchandra takes him onto the lap and caresses him and tries to save him. Similarly, Krishna takes Balram and serves him his lotus feet in the afternoon times in the jungle when Balram is tired. And now here, Nityananda Prabhu, because of the ecstasy, he is fainting. And here in the sloka it says that here the arrow was the arrow of that Krishna Prem. And because of that arrow, Nityananda Prabhu is completely, his heart is melting. And his heart is melting to see this entire Leela. And he is fainting and he is not able to hold himself. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking him into this lap. So these are and we will elaborate more on this pastime. But this is the internal aspects that are happening. But externally, as you will see and as you will read these slokas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu are acting like devotees. And acting like devotees, you will see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu uses these symptoms of Nityananda Prabhu, as Nityananda Prabhu summarizes, as Nityananda Prabhu exhibits all these symptoms. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu uses those symptoms to demonstrate to the devotees. He says he's such a wonderful devotee. See how, and in the few other slokas we'll start to read this as we go along, that see the kind of symptoms that he's exhibiting. Nobody else can exhibit these kind of symptoms. So this person is a very elevated devotee. So he uses this pastime to establish the greatness of devotional service. That only by devotional service to Krishna and only by mercy of Krishna can such ecstatic symptoms be shown by a devotee. So he uses this entire pastime to show the greatness of Nityananda, to show the greatness of devotional service. And he also says that by getting the mercy of Nityananda, or by this kind of a devotee, only then you can get Krishna Prem. In fact, he uses this to establish the greatness of meeting a pure devotee. And then he goes on to say something more wonderful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, only through Nityananda can you get Krishna Prem. He says, only by doing devotional service to you, O Nityananda, can anybody get Krishna Prem. So, which means that without, when we say only through Nityananda, we will do, of course, that means that if you surrender to Guru Tattva, you serve Guru, and by that you serve Nityananda and you get Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. And if you are, if you have a sambandha with Nityananda, then you will be delivered. Of course, last time we saw many pastimes, including Raghunath Das and so on and so forth. And of course, we have seen many other pastimes also, that if you neglect Nityananda, what happens? When you neglect Balram, last time we were talking about Sugriv, and he did not, he was slightly not talking to Lakshmana, and what happened to him? He got beaten up. And then we also see the pastime of Divida, right? Divida was, and this connects both pastimes. Divida was a general in the Sugriva army. He was fighting for Lord Ramchandra. He was doing the utmost service for Lord Ramchandra. And he was fighting in the battle. But somewhere he got a bit jealous, or at least that's what the pastime is. He got a bit jealous with Lakshmana. He used to have regard for Lord Ram, but with Lakshmana he thought, I can fight better. Or he was thinking of him like an equal. And he was slightly jealous of Lakshmana. And what happened? Due to that jealousy, then in next birth, he was born as a demon, and as a gorilla, as a Divida, not in next birth, in his continual birth. He then associated with a lot of demons, including who's the demon from Pragjotishpura? What was his name? Whom Krishna killed, is Krishna's son? Narakasura, right? So,
Yes.
sorry?
It was Bana?
Banasura, right? He associated with those demons. And then he suddenly, this jealousy for Nityananda, or this neglect of Nityananda, neglect of Lakshmana, or neglect of Guru, that is the start. Of course, the start of offense is inattentive chanting. But the real fall down starts to happen when you start developing jealousy or some hatred or this thing towards Guru and senior Vaishnavas. And that's when the fall down actually starts to happen. And then you start associating with non-devotees. And that's what happened. And he got so much influence that he was going around and destroying all villages, and he was hurting devotees, and he was doing so many nonsensical activities. And finally, when he came near Braja, when he saw Lord Balram performing his Balram's separate Ras Leela with his separate gopis, he was so intoxicated that he came there and made obscene gestures in front of the gopis. And he actually was taking the gopis and trying to kidnap them. Right? So instead of serving to make Sita and Lord Ram meet, now he was taking the gopis away from Lord Balram. And when the gopis cried out for help, Lord Balram became furious, and he struck him. He was throwing. Balram and Duvida were fighting. They were fighting the same army as Lakshmana and Duvida, but here they were fighting, and Lord Balram finally killed him with a plow. Right? So if we neglect Nityananda, you are not going to attend devotional service. And here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emphasizes only through Nityananda can you attain devotional service. And this only thing we need to, for example, sometimes in the Western world, I'm sure when devotees are distributing books or devotees are distributing, doing kirtan, sometimes some of the other people come and say, no, this is not only through Jesus can you go back home, back to God. Only through Jesus can you get delivered. Otherwise, you cannot get delivered. So this understanding of only Jesus, right, is something that we should not be tried to get restricted to my religion and my book and so on and so forth. Because even if you go into what is the meaning of the word Jesus, it says one who delivers, or the Son of God. Right? So Son of God is, or an empowered Son of God means Guru. Empowered Son of God means one who is empowered by the Lord, or empowered specifically by Nityananda. And here we are seeing that pastime when Nityananda Prabhu is putting his head on the lap of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu is taking him in his lap. He's putting his entire heart, his entire life is surrendering to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Guru is that person who surrenders his heart completely to the Supreme Personality of God. Hence, he's a transparent via media. We cannot hear Paramatma in the heart. So what do? We go to a person who is completely surrendered to Paramatma. When we speak, Paramatma might speak, but it gets reflected on our mind, false ego and everything, and we might speak something else. Very different. But for the Guru, he's completely surrendered. So he's transparent. What Paramatma is speaking is what is coming out of his mouth. So to that transparent via media, we surrender, and that is the only way to go back home, back to God. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Nityananda Prabhu is the only way to get Krishna from that perspective. So externally, he's establishing all of this in the Leela, establishing the greatness of devotional service, establishing the greatness of meeting a pure devotee, establishing the greatness of Nityananda, and saying only through service and devotional service to Nityananda can you go back home, back to God, or get Krishna. Now, from a third perspective, from a conditional soul's perspective, this meeting, obviously it's a great occasion of joy because you can see the love which is exchanged between Nityananda Prabhu and Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Those who are at that level, the Parshads can see, and devotees can see how two senior devotees are meeting and how they are exchanging, or two Nitya Parshads are meeting and exchanging that love. But there is so much for the devotees to see there. As a conditioned soul, we can see how to serve Krishna from Nityananda or from our Guru Maharaj. That's when we clearly get what is the service that we need to do to Krishna And what is the mood of that service? This is explicitly provided by Nityananda. When we serve our Guru Maharaj, then we get that specific mood by which, and we revive that our entire forgotten consciousness, that sambandha by which we serving Krishna. That's only possible when we align. Last time we said, as much as you're aligned to the mood and mission of your Guru, that much our progress is faster. Right? So how to serve Krishna? What mood to serve Krishna? And finally, the strength to serve Krishna comes from Balram or Nityananda. Right? And that entire strength is actually Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. And without that, we cannot serve. So as a conditioned soul, from this pastime, we are learning how to serve, what mood to serve. And also by surrendering to Nityananda, we actually get the strength to serve. And who's Nityananda? Nityananda is obviously the Sandhini Shakti of the Lord, but he's somebody who's completely surrendered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he has put his entire heart, his life entirely onto Nityananda Mahaprabhu. So these are three perspectives from how we can look at this Leela. So we'll read ahead and also discuss a few more things. Mataji, can you go back to the slokas? Yes. Gaurachandra Nityananda Snehere Ye Simhasari Rama Lakshma Vahi Naika Upamam. So here there is no comparison between the affection between Gaurachandra and Nityananda other than which is found between Rama and Lakshmana. It is said that when you talk of war, there is no comparison, but only comparison is Rama-Ravana Yuddha, right? There is no other comparison. Similarly, this has no other comparison, only but the meeting of Nityananda and Gauranga or Ram or Lakshmana. Baliya Palina Nityananda Kata Shane Hari Ivani Jaya Divani Kare Sarvagane. I'm not able to read because it's in the mobile. After some time, Nityananda regained his external consciousness and all the devotees chanted the names of Hari. And as soon as now Nityananda is regaining the consciousness, all the devotees become very, very happy. Nityananda Kolikari Ache Vishwambara Viparita Deki Mane Ase Gadadhara. And this is very wonderful. Seeing Nityananda on the lap of Gaurasundara, Gadadhara became astonished. Rather than Nityananda carrying and serving Gaurasundara, Gaurasundara held Nityananda at this juncture and thereby created the impression of a reversal of roles. And this is again a wonderful thing, and we'll discuss. We'll read the last sloka and also probably we'll read a bit of 30th sloka. Next sloka. Ye ananta nirvadi dare vishwambara ajitara gaurachura kolera bitara. The pride of Ananta, who constantly holds Vishwambara, is smashed today while being held in the Lord's lap. This is Gadadhar Prabhu thinking. And can we, I know it's 29, but can we also read 30th once? Yes. Nityananda Prabhavira Janata Gadadhara Nityananda Janata Gadadhirerantara. And this is a very important thing. Gadadhara is Gaurasundara's most confidential energy. Therefore, he knows the wonderful glories of Gaura's servant. Nityananda also more or less knows the mind of Gadadhar. So now there are some wonderful things happening that we will discuss. Now, in this mood, almost as if, now let's look at it from the conditioned soul's perspective. There is one more thing. When Lakshmana gets injured and he falls down, or when Nityananda Prabhu is in a swoon and all the devotees are trying to hold him, but they are not able to hold him, and finally Gaurachandra takes him in the lap, right? In all of these cases, there is one opportunity. What is the opportunity? What is the opportunity for a conditioned soul? the opportunity is that he can do some very, very exemplary, menial, and really ecstatic service for Nityananda. For example, Lakshmana, when he fainted, that is when Hanuman could do the complete ecstatic service of going and picking up the entire mountain and bringing it. It was such a service, within a period of time, you have to go get that entire herbs and come back, right? And that's a wonderful service. In fact, I would like to share. I don't want to name. Yeah, I can. So there was this devotee I know in Bombay. Now, he is somebody who was very wonderful in his service. His mode of service was very, very wonderful. And he used to be in Radha Ras Bihari and he used to serve. He was a very rich person. In fact, he has a very big business and he was serving. So Sridhar Maharaj used to serve a lot, and he was very inspired. Indrajit Maharaj, and he's obviously right-hand man, Indrajit Maharaj. But once there is a pastime when Sridhar Maharaj, he was serving in Juhu and all of that. And once when he went to Mayapur, I think Sridhar Maharaj was almost on his final stages. He was in the bed. The doctor had come to test him. And the doctor said, oh, we need some medicines. And this is long back. And that is when this Prabhu entered. And the doctor said, these medicines are rarely available, but we need immediately that for Maharaj. So Sridhar Maharaj immediately looked at this Prabhu and he said, yes, Maharaj, I will get it for you. Now, this is Mayapur of those days where you have to, even if you take a boat, cross to Navdeep, there aren't many medical shops. So this devotee went and he first searched the whole of Mayapur, then he took a boat, went to Navdeep. He was going here and there, and there is somehow or the other trying to get that medicine. And it was 4 or 5 hours. And the doctor was sitting there to administer the injection and the medicine. He looked at Maharaj and said, I don't think we are getting the medicine today. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow, or something like that, he said. Then Sridhar Maharaj looked at the doctor and said, I have sent my Hanuman. He will come. And after 6 hours, that Prabhu went, I don't know to which place. He brought each and every one of that medicine and came back and said, Maharaj, here it is. That is the kind of service a conditioned soul can do when. That is why this Guru Maharaj performs what is sometimes called Aswastha Leela, right? The Leela of being, it is something the Gaudiya Vaishnava says, Aswastha Leela, the Leela of being sick, right? Many of them, they are transcendental, they are already beyond the body. But these kind of things manifesting in the body, especially you can see Solana Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is a very wonderful example. I mean, I don't want to go too much into it because it can become controversial. But the point is, Maharaj, there are so many devotees now getting the opportunity to serve Maharaj. And in the Aswastha Leela, there are so many people doing so many menial services. He can collect the urine, wash his feet. There are so many, otherwise in the normal circumstances, and the conditioned soul will not have got that opportunity. So this Nityananda Prabhu is falling down, or Lakshmana is falling down, or Guru Maharaj Ashwastha Leela. I'm not saying Guru is same as Nityananda, but he's empowered by Nityananda. These are opportunities for a conditioned soul. And I think for this Prabhu, that seva completely put him at a different level. Now, he's a right-hand man of his Maharaj and he can serve. Wherever he goes, he gets so much service. And if his Maharaj says something, he is so empowered that he will be able to do. One time they were walking in Govardhan, Maharaj said, he looked at a Baba, and Baba had been serving for the last, 50, 80 years. One big, I think it was Saligram Shila or Govardhan Shila. Maharaj just said, I would want that Shila. Now, who can go and request that Baba were to give the Shila which has been worshipped by him and is so dear to him? There's nothing else that Baba has. But he goes to him and says, Baba, my Maharaj needs this. And he immediately looks at him and looks at the sincerity of his service, and he takes it and gives. Nothing. So that empowerment comes from this kind of services. And these are the opportunities. I'm not saying that somebody should be ashwast or sick, but these are the opportunities for servant. And not only physical service, but also Vani service. Like when Prabhupada was not well, many of them were distributing books and they were given the book distribution scores. And when they read that to Prabhupada, Prabhupada used to become ecstatic, right? And the mood of serving the mission became even more vigorous when Prabhupada was sick from that perspective. And obviously, Prabhupada also showed that how even when he is sick, he said, devotees were bringing him down from the lift and said, Prabhupada, you should not go to London, you should take rest. He said, no, I want to be like Arjuna, I want to be there in the battlefield, die in the battlefield. So these moods and these wonderful empowerments, this ability to serve, all of this happens during this Ashwastha, right? And there is so much that can be said about it. If we have time, we'll come back to this point. And this also said that now Gadadhar Pandit is looking at Nityananda Prabhu and he's thinking, this is very weird, very wonderful. Always Nityananda Prabhu, Ananta, he will serve the Lord. And like we saw the last time how Ananta serves as a seat, as a bed, as the chappals, as the paraphernalias, everything is Balram, is Nityananda Prabhu, is Ananta. It is his energy that he serves the Lord. Whatever the Lord does, the chamar, the umbrella on the top, the seat on which he is sitting, the bed on which he is lying, the paraphernalia by which he is worshipped, the chappals that he is wearing, the dham where the Leela happens, everything is Ananta, everything is Balram. But now the same Balram same Ananta on whom the Lord sleeps, he is now so this is a very unique, and Gadadhar is thinking now the pride of Ananta is smashed. Now this pride of a servant or the pride of Ananta, now there is various ways to understand this. As Ananta is in the servantal mode, the pride of the servant is not really ego, right? And we all know that. It's not this ego that, oh, I am the servant of the Lord. No. That pride is completely different. It's born out of love. And it is born out of the attachment to that service. So one time, I think, again, I'm not naming the people because it could be misunderstood. One of the Maharaj was giving lectures in the stage. And as he was giving lecture, he was coughing. So he was saying something and he was coughing, clearing his throat, and he was giving lecture. So I was sitting in the lecture. I knew Maharaj. So I suddenly got into this mood. Oh, he's coughing. Nobody's taking care of him. So I should probably get him water. So I went and took a Bisleri water and I was going towards the stage. And as I was going towards the stage, the first seat, the first row, Maharaj, one person has looked at me like this with full pride. Because Maharaj's personal servant was sitting there. And he looked at me and raised his eyebrow as if to ask, what are you trying to do? Right? And I could see the entire pride in his face, but that pride was not ego. He was almost asking me, what are you trying to do? We are sitting here, right? We are sitting here only to serve Maharaj. And then he showed the flask which he has in hand. So he knew Maharaj doesn't drink Bisleri, he will drink warm water. So whatever Maharaj needs, he knows what Maharaj needs. And he knows when he needs it. And he's sitting there to serve. Right? And I am here trying to act very smart and trying to go, of course, it's very nice to serve, but trying to act very smart and go to the stage and give him the Bisleri water, which he will not drink. Right? So in that look of pride, I understood my mistake. If I really wanted, whether I wanted to go on stage and make it, or I wanted to serve Maharaj, or if I really cared for Maharaj, I should have gone to his personal servant and asked, Prabhu, is there something I can do? Because I am seeing that maybe Maharaj needs some help. And he would have told me what to do. He would have probably said, go and warm this water and come back. Then I would have got service. But in trying to go direct, then it sometimes messes up the service. But the point I'm making there is the pride that I saw on his face was that I am here. We are sitting here to serve. We know, right? And that is born out of love. And that's not the pride that, yes, I am the servant. Who are you? Not like that. And then there is the elder brother's pride also. You have seen that in Balram, right? Sometimes he doesn't listen to Krishna. He's very proud. He has this pride. Yeah, I know. What do you know? You are only a younger brother, right? And he says, no, you should not kill Duryodhana like this. You should not do this war. No, Subhadra should be married to this. I've already promised he should not be married to Arjuna. But then Krishna does such wonderful Leela, and seeing the love, the way in which Krishna is doing, he becomes angry, and then see, because of his love for Krishna, his pride is completely shattered, and he says, okay, whatever you want, let it happen. Right? So there is the servant's pride, there is the, which is Aishwarya. There is this pride of the elder brother giving way to the younger brother in Vrindavan, and beyond that is Madhurya. And then in this case, the Audarya, when Nityananda Prabhu sees that here is my Lord, here is Krishna. Krishna is actually the enjoyer. He just enjoys. Now he has come as a devotee just to deliver everybody. Just to deliver everyone. And when he sees that compassion, that the Madhurya, when it overflows, it becomes all that it flows to everybody, to deliver everybody, the compassion, then Nityananda Prabhu completely in ecstasy that he's going to give Krishna Prem to everybody. That melts his heart. And then actually, whose service is it to deliver the souls? Whose service is it to give the right empowerment and deliver and bring back all the souls? It is Adi Guru Balram, Adi Guru Nityananda Prabhu's service. And now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing that service. Right? The same way, when the servant who's Maharaj servant who's very proud to serve, pride as in healthily pride to serve Maharaj, sometimes happens that he becomes sick. And then Maharaj goes to him and says, hey, you are sick. Here, have some medicine, take care. Sometimes give him warm water. Then the mood completely changes. It becomes like a father taking care of a son. And the servant, when the master takes care of him, his entire mood becomes completely, one, he's slightly sad that he wants to serve. He doesn't want to take service. At the same time, he feels the fatherly love, the love of the master, the care of the master, which was hitherto very hidden, right? It was just instructions, you do this, you do that. Now suddenly he can see that love coming through, and that is a very wonderful place. And that shatters the pride. The pride that I have to serve, I will do everything, I will not allow my Maharaj to even have a small bit of trouble. I will not allow my Lord to have any trouble. All of that gets, that pride gets shattered, and he actually becomes the one who gets the love and the service. And Gadadhar knows all of this. He's seeing Gadadhar is actually Radharani when the Radha Bhav is taken out. Now, the next thing says that the mind of Gadadhar is known to Nityananda. Almost known, more or less known to Nityananda. And Gadadhar Pandit understands the glory of Nityananda. See, these three people, their pastimes are unique. Krishna, Balram, and Radharani. Krishna is just enjoying. Lord Rama is enjoying. How do you make him? Of course, he wants to deliver, but he's doing his Leela. But how do you make him go down to the material world and try to bring back? Right? Sometimes the wife says, right, to the husband, yeah, you are only busy in your official work, you're in office, you're not taking care of the child, right? What about the studies of the child? What is the marriage of the daughter? You're not taking care of these things. You have to, take care. Like that, this is a different level. How do I get Lord Ram to come down and deliver the conditioned souls? Or how does Radharani get Krishna to come down? So when they are talking, then Sita ji expresses, and they are planning, and Sita ji puts herself at risk. Ravana took away Sita, and Lakshmana along with Lord Ram came to save them. And in that process, they delivered all the conditioned souls. All the monkeys, everybody who got that service of making Lord Ram and Sita ji meet. That is devotional service. Devotional service means the Ahladani potency and the Chit potency making Radharani and Krishna meet. And that's what happened in the other Leela also. Akrura took away Krishna. There Ravana took away Sita. Here Akrura took away Krishna and Balram. And Radharani manifests the mood of separation, which is the essential thing for entering Golok Vrindavan. It's through Viraha, then you get into Sambhoga. So Radharani again put her itself into difficulty. And because of that, Krishna could actually go outside. Otherwise, he was all doing Leelas in Vrindavan. They could go to Mathura, Dwaraka, and Kurukshetra and deliver all the conditioned souls from that perspective. And within Vrindavan, all the people, new gopis who had come in that mode, they also got delivered just because Radharani took the trouble and Akrura took away Krishna. Right? And as Gadadhar Pandit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had stolen, Krishna had stolen the Radha Bhav itself. Right? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar were almost inseparable. They were always, Sachi Mata had told them, you should always be with Gauranga, with my Nimai. And Gadadhar Pandit used to be always there. But when he was going to South India Yatra, when he was going to preach, when he was first time going to deliver the conditioned souls, Gadadhar Pandit, he said, I have taken Kshetra Sannyas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have taken Kshetra Sannyas, you should be here in Puri only. So he left him in Puri and went. And Gadadhar Prabhu exhibited the highest symptom of how to serve in separation. When he had Tota Gopinath deities, and he served Tota Gopinath so much that in his old age, when he couldn't put the garland, Tota Gopinath sat down. And he used to read the Bhagavata, and which Raghunath, what Goswami wants to take from, but with Srinivas Acharya and others could not get. But Gadadhar Prabhu exhibited this entire thing. So this entire pastime happens. What is the mood of Radharani? What is the mood of Sitaji? What is the mood of Gadadhar? And it's the mood of any mother. That even if one of my sons or one of my daughters, one of my children is suffering, first that person should be helped. And she will always tell the husband, hey, why you are not taking care of that? And try to serve that particular child. Right? And so Sitaji puts herself in risk. Or Radharani puts herself in separation, and Gadadhar takes Kshetra Sannyas and stays there. So, and that is when Nityananda Prabhu comes in to deliver the conditioned souls and to fulfill the mood of Radharani. So, Nityananda Prabhu knows the mind to some extent of what is the mood of Gadadhar. And Gadadhar Prabhu knows that what is Nityananda. He is the one who empowers this jiva. Like we said last time, he is the one, it's Balram Shakti that is the stage. So Ado Shraddha Sadhu Sangha, then you meet Guru, Bhajana Kriya. And then Anartha Nivarti happens. And from there you get to Nishtha. And that is the stage. That Shakti is the Sandini Shakti or Balram's Shakti. Then the first rays of Radharani Shakti comes in, which is Ruchi. Ruchi Asakti. Bhav, and then Krishna appears. So stage is set, then Radharani's Shakti, by that the entire mood is set, and then Krishna appears at Bhava and Prema. And that is the entire Leela, and that internal Leela manifests as external Leela here, as Gadadhar Pandit is there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, they have already been in the Sankirtan Leela, the stage is set. Now Kshetra Sannyas is there. Now the stage is set. Sankirtanas begin in Shiva's Prabhu's house, and Nityananda Prabhu arrives now to take that to all the conditioned souls. And it is with Nityananda Prabhu mercy first that the stage will be set in the heart of all the conditioned souls, and then Gadadhar can give us mercy, and then the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will appear from that perspective. So the hidden reason why these pastimes happen is actually initiated by Sitaji, Radharani, or Gadadhar Prabhu. And that is the mind of Gadadhar. So Nityananda Prabhu understands, yes, this whole pastime is to deliver the conditioned souls. And now he puts his entire heart at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as he wants, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants, he will do. And that is what Srila Prabhupada also did. Nachao, nachao, Prabhu nachao, nachao say mate. He put his entire heart at the lotus feet of Krishna when Jalduta was going to Boston Pier. And with that surrender, of course he was preaching before, but with that surrender, and he said, it is my Guru Maharaj's desire, and that desire will be fulfilled. And he was requesting Krishna, oh Krishna, please fulfill the desire of my Guru Maharaj. And getting empowerment from Krishna and then delivering. So it is actually service to Nityananda. With the entire preaching movement is the service to Nityananda from that perspective. So we are seeing so many things come together. And we are seeing Nityananda Prabhu laying his mind and heart and his entire life to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are seeing a brief glimpse of the interaction of Gadadhar Pandit and Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in this scene of the Leela, we are seeing all the Shaktis, Sandhini, Samavit, Ahladini, coming together. And now it is going to flood the entire world. And the congregational chanting of the holy name is going to take over the entire world. So this is a wonderful pastime. And this is the pastime when the floodgates are going to open and everything is going to get imbued in the flood of devotional service. So I'm very, very grateful that at least we could, at least if I have said something wrong or if I've gone ahead, because there aren't so many purports. So when there are no purports, one should not elaborate too much. But at least some reflections which I had, because it's a private group, I thought I will share. So if I've said something wrong, I beg for the mercy of Vaishnavas, and I convey my apologies. And I'm really glad that I was invited to speak on this particular topic. And this is very wonderful to have all of your association. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class. Very grateful to you. And your class is always nice, Prabhuji. Very nice to have your association. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If anybody having any realizations, questions, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Wanted to thank you for such a nice class. It was so relevant, everything that you discussed. It was definitely sticking to the topic, and you made us all think through these verses, get some nice in-depth analysis of each of these verses that have been spoken. So very, very grateful to you, Prabhu. Very nice class. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Wonderful session, Prabhu. Really, really grateful to you, especially when you connected with Ram Leela. It makes more sweeter. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for churning out these verses so nicely. Really grateful for your association. Danvat Pranams. And as you said that you said something wrong, no, not at all, Prabhu. It's okay. We can always share the realizations. And as you shared without naming, so that's perfectly okay, Prabhu. That also inspires us and help us how we should be while serving the senior devotees. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for all your realizations. Danvat Pranams.
Yeah, there is one raised hand. Parth Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guru.
No.
I wanted to ask the question. The Leela which you explained about Rama and Lakshmana, where Lakshmana is on the lap of Lord Rama, and he is overwhelmed, but still the Rama wants to fight. So can this be compared to the situation of the battlefield where Arjuna is overwhelmed overwhelmed seeing his families and brothers on the other side, but he's not ready to fight. I wanted to ask this.
I mean, very interesting comparison. Yes, obviously these are two different manifestations, but these are all inspired by the Yogamaya potency. At least that inference we can see. But obviously, Lakshmana being injured and then Lord Ram getting so very ferocious, in my opinion, can be, if you want to compare slightly more, then it is Arjuna being injured by Bhishma. And when Arjuna is not fighting and Arjuna is almost going to get killed, then Krishna becomes furious and he wants to protect his devotee. And he takes the chakra and jumps off the chariot from that perspective. So that is also the mood of protecting the devotee. Of course, here it's not just a devotee, it is his own brother. That is, and of course, all devotees are equal to him. So yes, that can be compared. But when you compare this with Arjuna getting compassionate and not wanting to fight, obviously that is the difference between the Lord and Jiva who is put under Yogamaya. There the purpose was different. The purpose was for Krishna to reveal Bhagavad Gita and to show how you cannot get into these I mean, you are right, should not get into this material compassion. And there also Lord Rama made the same decision. He did not get into material compassion. Whatever was his duty, he did that. And then he attended to Lakshmana from that perspective. Yeah, from that perspective, I agree with what you compared. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I was actually, you explained three perspectives. So I was taking it as a conditioned soul perspective. So
Yes, very nice. It's a very nice analogy. Very wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the very nice answer. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Anybody having any more questions for Prabhuji? Okay. If there are no more questions, we can end the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo nama. Ananta koti Vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His grace Achintya Gopesh Prabhuji ki jai.
Thank you,
Prabhupada ki.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, all the devotees for joining.